7 brew coffee for the road trip. We're about an hour and a half in Macon, so we have 3.5 hours to go, and I got a strawberry brewchata chai and added an espresso shot to it. And the verdict is that it is good. I've never had 7 brew before because I don't think there's any that are close to us in Atlanta. There's not in like in the city of Atlanta. I think the metro area has some.
Yeah, but the metro area is like the biggest in the US.
I know.
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree.
Left or right?
How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, rendering of stubbornness.
Big wave
coming. It just cuts us deeper through. The longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good. We make love better. If we both know we'll be together forever, I can be like the tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway together.
Oh.
Look, I got a Diet Coke Lime, which apparently is limited edition. I didn't know it existed. Very interesting. I feel like it tastes just how you would expect it to. I don't think I need the lime to be added, but it's not like bad. Got a little snack haul after our walk.
The longer I've waited, the more that I've tried. All the years that I've wasted trying to find it. All that I go through for my peace of mind.
Life may be a marathon,
Let
but it's a
it
life
all
worth living. You got
He
it.
just upsized. It's a little heavier than he's used to.
out the window.
Go, buddy, go.
No smoke in my
Lady on top. He kind of looks like a...
I can hear
What are
the
those rodents that
wind
dig, like-
chiming. It's
Are they the ones
always
that have, like,
been
the-
you in
this
the
stuff?
back of my mind.
Yeah. First full day on the island, and we're starting it at sunrise on the beach. I literally could not be more thrilled. This is like what I was picturing whenever we were scheduling this trip. It is so calm, so peaceful. It is low tide, which is perfect because the beach kind of disappears on these islands during high tide. And so this is the most ideal moment that it possibly could be.
Early blue morning, and everything's cold. I see you running, all covered in gold. There's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all go out the window. can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. When there are others, I do the routine. I dance all lonely. I try to be seen. I let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind.
Our hotel rents bikes and there are biking trails all over Jekyll, so that's kind of our plan for this morning, is to go out and just kind of see what we can bike. This afternoon around 2:30 we have tickets for the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, which I'm so excited for, and is one of the reasons that I picked Jekyll to come to because of the amount of sea turtles. We're at the very end of the season, like pretty out of season for sea turtles, which is why we wanted to go to the center. And we also got behind the scenes tickets so that we get to see the turtles who are in rehab there. Slowing down? Oh. Yeah, no, truly. And I think that's not their only one, too. They're like, actually, we get to pick all of the different types of villas we would ever like. I know I hyped it up a significant amount before we went, but the Georgia Sea Turtle Center was the coolest thing, and going behind the scenes was even cooler of a thing. I highly recommend, like, if you're ever going to the Sea Turtle Center, to do the behind the scenes. So number one, I just love like their mission, what they do. Turtles, conservation beyond turtles, rehab, release, love them. Even like with the behind the scenes tickets that I had gotten, I wasn't sure if general admission was included in that or not. So I ended up getting both. When I got there, they were like, ooh, I wish the website made that clearer because everyone does this. But they were like, you can go get your general admission refunded because it is just included in the behind the scenes. We didn't. I just considered it my donation. We couldn't take videos, but we could take pictures. And so I thought about doing like a little montage sort of showing you some of the turtles we saw, but I figured I wanted to talk to you about them, especially like right now while I'm remembering sharing like their names and stories and stuff like that. I will tell you like the stories of why these patients are patients, which is a little sad because it's like includes animals getting injured, but all of these patients are now like getting rehab, progressing towards getting to go back to the wild, and like happy ending to the story, a good prognosis, all of that. So just know that though. So this is for Jenica. She is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, and she's the one they saved a treatment for us to get to like watch a treatment, which was wild. But she was in a boating accident, or like a boating injury is what brought her to the center, and they were talking about how she was found because she was floating because the boating hurt her shell, and basically it broke enough that there was air that got into like the area between her shell and body, and basically just like air where it should not have been there, which one, compressed organs, but two, made it so she was just floating and she couldn't do anything but float. And so she was floating when she was found and brought to rehab center. And they were talking about with reptiles and like these turtles, their metabolisms are so slow that they don't like necessarily get infection and go into shock in the same way that humans do. Like with humans, if you get a really bad injury, like you need to get treated in order to survive. And they said she could have been floating there for like weeks to months before getting found. And now that she's getting her treatment, her prognosis is good. Obviously, if she were not getting treated, her prognosis would not have been good. But just like the timeline that can happen was so interesting to me, because that's obviously so not humans. You could not be gravely injured for weeks to months before getting treatment and end up okay. But they ended up going in like surgically, but with basically just like a pump and just like removing air. And then lots else has gone into her treatment, and now she's doing really well, but they said she's not very interested in eating, and so she is having to get tube feeds, which is the treatment that they showed us, was inserting a tube like from her mouth into her stomach to give her the tube feed with all the nutrients that she needs, which she didn't love, but she also didn't really like. She was okay with it. And then they keep her upright to keep her from like regurgitating and retching after the tube feed, since it's liquid, and I guess they don't usually eat liquids. But you can kind of see in this picture some of the damage to her shell, which they said will just heal itself and then just be shaped like that, but like will heal, and she will be okay. And then I also learned about gopher turtles who live in the dirt and like burrow. That's why they're called gopher turtles. And their most common injury is from construction equipment, because construction equipment like won't necessarily know that they're in the dirt, and so will go and like hurt a shell or something like that. And they had 3 at the center right now who had got brought in. So you can see this guy has like a patch on his shell. She said that they always check for like more internal serious injuries, because obviously like the shell is a very important injury, but it's different than having like organs injured, and they check for that. And then the big thing is to repair the shell, and they'll always do the least invasive thing first, and we'll get really creative with it. So like sometimes it's just like steri strips, sometimes it's glue. They're talking about sometimes it's like dental acrylic that they use, or sometimes it's like zip ties. Like they will really get creative to like hold the shell together for it to heal. And if that doesn't work, then they would do a surgical option, which would be like plates or metal that's like getting inserted and like pulling things together. So you can see this turtle has like metal because the non-invasive techniques didn't work on him, but then this turtle has like the patch that right now he's getting patched up. And sometimes they'll have wound vacs too as animals, which I just all was so cool to me. This is a gator. His name was Edwards, after a Georgia State Patrol officer who found him, and he is a little gator. He's a juvenile, and he had gotten hit by a car in the head. And what his issue is now is that when he had gotten his accident, it ruptured his eardrum, which made him start walking super lopsided to the point where now he has scoliosis, essentially. Like the shape that he is in this picture is like the shape that he always is now. So he's having to do PT, he's having to practice walking, he's having to like get stretched out. And then after they do that, they'll like ensure that he's able to eat and like all the things he needs to do to get released back out in the wild. But that's kind of his thing right now. He was the only gator they had, and the only non-turtle patient that they had at this time. Whenever they have females come in, if the females need to lay eggs, they will incubate those eggs for them and then release them back into the wild. And they were talking about how with turtles, since the temperature of the eggs is what determines the sex of the turtle, they make their temperature be 86 degrees, because 84 degrees is the line where under 84 degrees makes them male and over 84 degrees makes them female. So they make them 86 degrees, which is like a good enough temperature to incubate and make them healthy, but does make more females than males. And they were saying why they do that is because since the female turtles are the ones who exit the ocean to like go up on land in order to dig their nests, lay their eggs, everything, the female turtles are the ones that so much more commonly are getting brought in because they're injured, because they like have business on land, which then mostly human type things injure them, like cars or things like that. And so she was saying that like by making more of the eggs female, it's kind of like them putting more girls back out into the world, since it's the girls that are the ones that are being injured as they come up onto land by factors out of their control. So these little guys, I forget why they were there, because I guess maybe they were the incubated ones. I can't really remember. This is a loggerhead flathead turtle. It's a soft shell, and I believe it was a car accident as well, and so its shell has healed up really well. It is no longer bone in the area that you can see is discolored. It's just like hard tissue that it's filled in basically, and it's almost ready to go and get released again. They're just like waiting for a little bit more melanin to come into the shell, so it's not like as obvious. This guy I was able to get a video of. He is not meeting milestones in the way his peers have. He was a straggler in a nest, which the stragglers, whenever they see evidence from a nest in the beach that has hatched turtles, they wait 3 days before going into the nest to check. And after 3 days, they check the nest, and that is where usually all of the baby turtles are out, have made their way to the ocean. But occasionally there are stragglers left in the nest who are too weak to make it out of the nest, or sometimes it seems like just like confused or something. And the stragglers they'll take to rehab so that they can like grow, get stronger before getting released again. This guy was a straggler from last season and is not ready for the wild. They're not positive that he ever will be. He's so cute though. I love him. And then I don't think I have pictures of the like more grown stragglers, but there were 2 stragglers from this season who are just like growing, getting stronger, and then will get released as soon as they're able to. The coolest thing, like I saw, to like see all the behind the scenes, learn their stories, learn their names. There were even some that I didn't get pictures of because I was just like focused in. But I hate that animals get injured, but I love that there are ways to like get them healthy and back out into the wild.
Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Till the end.
We're spending the day on St. Simon's, which is right next to Jekyll, but you have to like drive back into the mainland and then back out onto the island. And I last was here 4 years ago and loved it, and am so excited to be back. We went to lunch and had a lovely sandwich. Zach had a lovely bowl, and are planning on wandering and exploring for the foreseeable future before getting nice seafood for dinner.
Leaving from St. Louis, headed for the coast. No telling when or if you're coming home. And half the time you knew me, you were out there on the road. It's a wonder that we've come this far at all. When the heather's blooming on the mountainside, and the north wind blows across the great divide. Won't you tell me what it's like underneath that western sky? And whatever will become of you and
Oh, the dolphins are in front of it.
That's cool. Also get out of the way.
They are way smart enough to
They won't get run over by a ship. What's that carrying? Do you think?
Could be a million different things.
Fair enough.
A lot of tiny minnows. Oh, yep. They're just circling back and forth.
That was huge. Did you see its whole body come out?
Not the whole body.
That was his whole body. Okay, hold back. How about that?
Oh, there it is again.
Hold back. Y'all think we can get another sunrise in before we go? I think we can. Also, I don't know if I ever showed you this, but this is the sweatshirt that I got at the Turtle Center, and I'm loving it. Will it move? Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Okay. Does he have a brain? Probably. Okay. Enjoy your life. haven't for a second, but I did.
How is he not hooking up? Oh, he's right there.
Or would you want like summer or later?
I like it now.
You kind of have like equal chance of.
That's what experiencing this morning when it kind of feels gross out.
If you stomp, it helps because then your toe doesn't go into any wet crevices.